Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, guys, I'm here. As you see by the title, this is a serious video, like it's a discussion video. Because honestly though, I've been seeing a lot of anti-American stuff online, and I'm just gonna tell you straight up, dude, the U.S. military is nothing, dude, nothing to underestimate, bro. Like. And I'm not even joking either, because, like, nor exaggerating, but, like, honestly, dude, there's nothing the U.S. military cannot do at this point. Bro, we had X-ray, the U.S. military had X-ray technology 50 years ago. I mean, like, what do you think? I mean, like, God only knows what they have now, and, like, it's so bad, like, I don't even know what my own country's military is capable of. Dude, that's how you know, bro. And then you have these so-called, what, America's competitors, China and Russia. Dude, China's so far behind in the stinking nuclear game, it's not even funny. Russia's nuclear weapons are deteriorating, and Russia's literally bringing out retired tanks because they have nothing else to fight with. And America's over here just watching this, like, like, come on, dude. All we gotta do is, we don't even have to fire a missile. We can take out China. We have access to some of the most important waters internationally. It's not even funny, dude. Dude, if the U.S. wanted to take out the entire world right now, they could do so. It's not even fair. It's not even fair. Like, it's not even a U.S. versus China isn't even a fair war, bro. Because the U.S. could literally, the U.S. could literally swipe China clean. I'm not even joking, bro. And we don't even have to invade China in order to do anything, dude. We could just sit homeland and just completely take out China. It's like easy, bro. Like, bro, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, dude, that's not even what we're even capable of, dude. That's 50 years ago. Just imagine we've developed stronger bombs since the atomic one, dude. We have the hydrogen bomb, we have all the other stuff I don't even think I can even get into because of how crazy it is, dude. On just the other day, the U.S. was striking boats in the Pacific, and they're from Venezuela because they're trying to stop the drugs from coming into this country, which is outstanding. Because we finally have a president that cares about this stuff. But I don't want to get into that politics right now. But I guess this is geopolitics, I guess. No, there is not a cubic centimeter on this planet that we cannot reach with our missiles and with our launch pads. You know what scares China to death? It's not even just our military, dude. It's how many citizens have guns. Do you realize in the 1950s, Joseph Stalin did not want anything to do with us because it wasn't even just our military, bro. It was the amount of people that had guns, dude. It's not even just the military, it's the fact that we have citizens that have full-on guns, dude. Other countries don't want anything a part of that, dude. You're sitting over here talking trash about the same military that won the Allies both world wars. Mind you, it's because of America, Europe. I'm talking about the part of Europe where the UK is and France. The only reason why they're not speaking German right now is because of America. I don't even know why that happened, but I'm gonna get on to But no, The only reason why America is not you know the reason why Europe is not speaking German right now is because of America. Who bombed Pearl Harbor? Japan. Guess what was gonna happen? Guess what was gonna happen if Japan did not surrender? We were gonna completely destroy the country of Japan. Guess who? Guess who saved Japan? We did. We chose Japan. We chose to give Japan a chance to surrender. Did we have to do that? Absolutely not. We could have just said, you know what, Japan, you bombed us, we're gonna really destroy you, dude. And there's and I also seen other comments, bro. And I also seen other comments. And other stuff on Instagram and TikTok and blah blah blah. And it was a question that was asked. What would happen? What would happen if if Canada and Mexico attacked the U.S. at the same time? And then you know what it said? And you know what the picture showed? America annexing the entire continent. That's what's going to end up happening. Dude, first of all, Canada is so far behind in Western technology, it's not even funny. Their healthcare system is doo-doo. And that's why it's free, because no one can afford it. Because it's horrible care. You know, at least in America, you're going bankrupt for healthcare that's actually worth going bankrupt for. Because we have some of the most modern healthcare equipment in the world. So, I mean, it's no wonder why people from other countries come over here just for our appointments. Meanwhile, you have people who think China is the next superpower. And I'm like, but China is literally maybe a regional threat at most. Okay. Dude, if China was a superpower, why haven't they rose yet? It's so dumb. People don't know anything about the military, dude. And honestly, I've done research about the military. My grandpa was in the military, so I know about this stuff, dude. I'm not dumb. You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy though? The U.S. the full extent of the U.S. military hasn't even been shown, dude. So World War II military, that's not even the max we could even go, dude. Hiroshima and Nagasaki is literally a appetizer to the type of damage we can cause, dude. Bro, we can destroy entire nations in seconds, dude, and we don't even have to fire. We don't even have to fire a missile, dude. We have access to the Panama Canal. We have access to the most important waters in the world, dude. And if we wanted to, we could literally stop all shipment supplies to any country we like, because I mean, come on, dude. You just face the facts that the U.S. military is nothing to be, nothing to be messed with, dude. You know, you realize that America's geography is like literally broken, dude. Like we have the Ohio River and the Mississippi River, and if you need to export anything out, bruh, you can literally have a extremely low cost way to transport goods because of how many rivers we have, dude. It's not even funny, dude. The amount of power we have, it's not even fair, dude. It's not even fair with the amount of, With the amount of artillery we have, bruh. We're so OP that our 20-year-old technology could still be number one in the game, dude. Number one in the game could still be our dude. There is no, like, seriously, I don't even have any words to describe how good our military is, bro. Dude, there is not a single country on the face of the earth that wants anything to do with the U.S. military. That's why Putin is afraid of Trump. Because Trump is the kind of guy. He says, you know what? You do this, or this is gonna happen. And if they don't listen to him, guess what? He's just gonna, with a calm, straight face, he's just gonna do what he needs to do. He's gonna do exactly what he said he was gonna do. And that's the kind of president we have, and that's why that's why a lot of people hate the guy, dude. The most attacked are always the best people to follow. You know, like, for an example, MLK, dude, he was attacked constantly in his day. You know, there was, more people hated than liked him in the day. And now look at him, bro. He's one of the best most history's, hero for helping the black people get free. That's just another example. Trump. Okay, I need to tell you guys a story, though. Okay? When Trump was president the first time, okay, back in like 2018, in Afghanistan, he met with the leader of Afghanistan. He was gonna do a conditioned withdrawal. If they did what Trump did, we were gonna withdraw slowly. And what happened is that Trump told the Afghanistan leader that do not harm one U.S. troop. And guess what? Trump pulls out a satellite picture of his house. And do you know what? Not one U.S. service member was hurt or killed. That is what America is known for. We love our country not because of our strength, but because of our cultural, influence on the world. Did you know the Super Bowl is one of the most watched shows in the world? Super Bowl. Yes. And guess which country invented it? America. Guess which country invented the NBA? America. Guess which country invented the NFL? America. Guess which country invented most of that stuff? America. And guess who? Guess who invented hockey? Canada. So, the Western world has invented most of the stuff that the Eastern world uses. The Western world, the whole world relies on Western economies. And when you get that down, you would understand that. Most people argue, well, that's not the case anymore. Well, look at what's happening in Russia and Ukraine right now. When the war in Russia-Ukraine started, guess what? That is when prices started skyrocketing. Because of like I said, the supply, the supply shortage. There was a part where people can't get their supplies dropped because of the war. And that's kind of like where they get supplies from, I guess, or they ship it or something like that. And like basically, if the world did not rely on Western economies, then explain to me how one war has literally affected the entire world's economy, dude. And inflation is not just in America; it's worldwide, dude. Because of that war. So, clearly the world does rely on Western economies because Ukraine is considered, where the West and the East meet. So, I mean, you have to look at that. Well, like I said, Bren, the Western civilization is literally what runs the world. Okay? And some people may argue, well, that's in the past, not anymore. Well, let's take a look at what China's doing, huh? China, in recent days, yes, China has grown, but China is still far behind Western civilization and Western technology. Every single invention has came from most inventions have came from America and Western civilization. Why? Because we are more capitalist. The Eastern world is more socialist and communist. Socialism and communism stifles innovation, which is why most modern socialist countries have invented nothing. I mean, it's kind of easy. Well, Gatorade was invented in America. Basketball and football were both. American football, though, was invented in America. Soccer wasn't. Soccer was invented in England. So, rugby was also invented in England, but American football was also invented in America. So, that's just kind of how it goes. America invented fast food. America invented all this stuff, dude. That literally gives so much money to the American economy. And another thing, though, with the U.S. economy, it is nothing. There is nothing to even underestimate about that, dude. Sanctions literally don't even do nothing, dude. Sanctions hardly even hurt us, dude. That's why Russia sanctioned us and it did nothing. Don't even do that, dude. Dude, that's why the world fears us, dude. Like I said, countries talk their crap, but when it comes to actually walking the walk, they talk the talk, they don't walk the walk. Like, look at China, dude. They don't even want any part of our military. Guess what? They were going to invade Taiwan. Guess what? When Biden was in office? He said, try it, and we're going to go to war with you. Guess what? Didn't touch Taiwan. They even drifted away from Taiwan. They started focusing on the Philippines. Talk about a so-called superpower. So don't make me laugh. China is a regional threat at most, okay? And North Korea is also a regional threat. BRICS has got nothing on America. Because their stupid currency it can't even be more tangible than sticking Robux. Meanwhile, you have the US dollar, which is still one of the most valuable currencies in the world. Your US dollar goes farther than their money goes here. The US dollar goes much farther over there than the Eastern world. Again, the Western economy, the Eastern world relies on Western economies. Guess what? China has to sell their crap, and that's to keep China alive. If no one buys China's products, guess what? They're not going to make any money, and China's going to go deep in the floor. Guess what happens though? Guess what? America is the consumer. We buy the products. Guess what? if we don't buy their products, we're gonna crash, dude. And it's not gonna hurt us a bit. You know, we might get hurt a little bit, but it ain't gonna crash our economy when we don't sell things. You know, it's crazy how that Chinese president over there, I don't know if his name, Xi Jinping. Yeah, dude, it's funny how Trump has Xi Jinping by the shirt, and he don't even realize it. It's so funny, dude, that Trump has Xi Jinping by the neck, and he don't even realize it. And meanwhile, you have people on the left and people on, you know, TV that act like they know it all, you know, laughing at Trump and saying, oh, well, he don't know how to handle this. He's handling the situation much better than Biden did. That's for sure. Mr. Autopen couldn't do nothing for this country. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I post. Peace.